Okay, let's check. So for 1c, when you add these up, I'm sure you drew your number line, 3/10 plus 3/10 plus 3/10 would be 9/10. Did you figure out how to write this as a multiplication problem? What do you see being repeated in this addition problem? The 3/10. How many 3/10 are there? 1, 2, 3. So you're saying there are 3/10. And we already solved 3 times 3/10 would equal 9/10. Same thing. Okay, this lesson has a few different parts to it. So we're actually going to look at question 2 together now. So the directions say, express each fraction as the sum, which means the answer to an addition problem, of 2 or 3 equal fractional parts. Rewrite each as a multiplication equation. Show part A on a number line. We're going to skip that part for right now. So let's break down what this means. They want us, so if they were to give us 9/10, that was one of the numbers they gave us, they want us to come up with this part. How could we break up 9/10 into an addition problem where your numbers are the same? So it's not always going to be just 2 numbers we're adding. Because 9, can 9 be broken up into 2 parts evenly? No, either have 5 and 4 or 4 and 5. So it's not possible to break that up into 2 parts. That's when you might have to use 3. So let's look at the first one. 6/7. So show me 6. Is it possible to have 6 being broken up into 2 equal groups? I could have 5 and I could have 1. I take 1 away, add 1. I could have 4 and I could have 2, but those aren't equal. 3 and 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. So let's do that as our top number. I have the same number, 3 plus 3, that equals 6. What happens to the bottom number? Did it ever change before? No. So if it's a 7 here, it's going to be 7 in my addition problem also. So this is saying 3/7 plus 3/7 is 6/7. They kind of just flip-flopped it. Normally we write ours with the parts and then the whole at the end. 3/7 plus 3/7 is 6/7. How could you write this as a multiplication problem? What do you see being repeated? 3/7. How many 3/7 are there? How many parts? 1, 2. 2 3/7. 2 times 3/7. Let's do it again over here. Oh, this was similar to what I was talking about up here. If I have 9, it's impossible for me to break them up into 2 equal groups. I can have 5 and I can 4, or I can have 4 and I can have 5. So not possible. That means I'm going to need 3 groups. Can you think of how could I break up 9 into 3 equal groups? And I wish I had another hand, but I don't. So let's pretend these are my hands. I could say, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. Here's my 3 equal groups. 3. So if I have 3, 3, and 3, those are all the same. Do they equal 9? 3, 6, 9. What's our bottom number going to be? It does not change. So I hope you said 2. 2, 2, 2, still 2. Now I want you to take a second. How would you rewrite this as a multiplication problem? What's being repeated and how many times? Well, I see 1, 2, 3 3 halves. 3 times 3 halves, or you could flip-flop it. 3 halves times 3, same thing. Okay, I want you to pause the video, and I want you to try and solve these two. Unfortunately, I don't have 12 fingers, but could you break 12 into 2 equal groups? Or could you break it into 3 equal groups? And what about the 27? Could you break that into 2 equal groups? Or could you break it into 3 equal groups? If you need to, try drawing out. If you're not sure, first try 2 equal groups. And if that doesn't work, try 3 equal groups. So you put 12 dots or 27 dots, breaking it into the 3. Okay, pause the video, and then when you're ready to check, come on back. Okay, you better have paused, for real. So 12 is funny. You could do it either way. Maybe you found that. Because 2 groups, I could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I could have 6 in each group. So you could have said 6 tenths plus 6 tenths equals 12 tenths. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You could also break it up into 3 groups that would have 4 in each. So you could say 4 tenths plus 4 tenths plus 4 tenths. 4, 8, 12 tenths. Either of these is right. And in this first problem, to make it a multiplication problem, you have 2 of the 6 tenths. 2 groups of 6 tenths. On the bottom one, you had 3 groups of 4 tenths. 3 groups of 4 tenths. 27 is a little tricky. You couldn't split it evenly. It's an odd number. So in one group, you'd end up having 13. In one group, you'd have 14. Can't work out evenly. But it does work in 3 groups. You'd have 9, 9, and 9. So 27 fifths, I'd have 9 fifths plus 9 fifths plus 9 fifths. 9 fifths plus 9 fifths plus 9 fifths is 27 fifths. And written as a multiplication problem, what's being repeated? The 9 fifths. And how many times? 1, 2, 3 times. All right, that is it for our second section. There is still one more, so make sure you go on to the next slide and you do the last video with me. Good job.